In the heart of a bustling city, where the streets were filled with the hustle and bustle of daily life, there stood a majestic statue of a prince. The statue was adorned with gold leaf and precious jewels, its eyes made of sparkling sapphires that glistened in the sunlight. But despite his grandeur, the prince was not happy. From his pedestal high above the city, he could see the suffering and poverty that plagued the streets below. He watched as the children played barefoot in the cold, as the beggars huddled together for warmth, and as the sick and infirm languished in the shadows. Deeply moved by the plight of his people, the prince made a solemn vow to use his wealth and privilege to bring joy and relief to those in need. With the help of a swallow who had taken refuge beneath his outstretched arm, the prince began to distribute his treasures to the poor and downtrodden. Together, they traveled throughout the city, bringing hope and comfort to all who crossed their path. The prince's gold and jewels were transformed into warm clothing, nourishing food, and medicine for the sick. And as they worked tirelessly to alleviate the suffering of others, they found a deep and abiding joy that filled their hearts with happiness. But as the days grew shorter and the chill of winter set in, the swallow knew that he must soon depart for warmer lands. Saddened by the thought of leaving his friend behind, he hesitated to take flight. "Dear prince," said the swallow, "I must bid you farewell, for I must seek refuge from the cold in a faraway land. But know that I will carry your message of love and compassion with me wherever I go." The prince, too, felt a pang of sadness at the swallow's departure, but he knew that their time together had not been in vain. For in their short time together, they had brought light and warmth to the darkest corners of the city, and their legacy would live on in the hearts of those they had touched. And so, with a heavy heart but a spirit filled with hope, the swallow took flight into the winter sky, leaving behind the city and the happy prince. But as he soared high above the clouds, he knew that he carried with him the memory of their friendship, and the knowledge that true happiness comes not from wealth or power, but from the simple act of giving and receiving love.